Hey, what's up guys? So this is kind of a different video for me. As you can see, we're totally informal. I've got the lav mic on, but I wanted to talk to you guys about an awesome trip I got to take to San Francisco that Dave Smith Instruments invited me to for the 40th anniversary of the Prophet 5. Let's just talk about my experience in San Francisco inside of Dave Smith Instruments. I guess you could call it the lab. I got to see all of the kind of instruments. I got to play tons of stuff. I got to see my favorite, the multi-track was there. Let's just talk about what Dave Smith Instruments is like, guys. So as I said, I got invited to the 40th anniversary party for the Prophet 5. This was my first time, obviously, at Dave Smith Instruments in San Francisco. I've been to San Francisco before, but obviously never to Dave Smith home base. So this was super awesome. I've known some of the people from Dave Smith Instruments events before, and obviously seeing all them again is always awesome. I kind of had no expectations going into it, and I was super surprised to get the invite for this trip in the first place. It was so awesome, right? You know, obviously I've been a Dave Smith fan for years, going from saving up money to buy like the Tempest in 2012 to then actually being there, Dave and Andrew and all the people, and talking about the Tempest and what things could change. All these things was great. Overall, it was a big party, and you got to see all the guys from Dave Smith who were integral over these years in making tons of amazing equipment. I had a ton of fun having a few drinks, and if there's something that everyone should know, Dave loves his tequila. Tons of shot glasses hanging out around the spot to sample, you know, the wares per se. So after my long trip to San Francisco, I finally get in, and they've got the whole place swagged out for the 40th anniversary, and the place looks awesome. It's kind of like you would have envisioned. It's a workshop, but it's also kind of an office. It's where all of the ideas come together to make all of the Dave Smith instruments. So every single one that maybe you've ever thought of is totally there. There's actually two different kinds of rooms there. There's one room that's all Dave Smith instruments. So everything from the original Evolver, Mono Evolver keyboard, Poly Evolver, all the way through the newest Prophet X is there. You can see all the cool Dave Smith instruments that you probably have known over the years. And I even saw some ones done with Pioneer that I hadn't actually heard of before, and like the Toriaz, that was also there. The other big room is, I guess you call it Dave Smith's secret stash. This room has all of the things from the sequential circuits age. So the original Prophet 5 is in there, and a little secret thing about the Prophet 5, this is actually the very last Prophet 5 to come off of the assembly line when the Prophet 5s were in production. First off, I've never heard a Prophet 5 in person, only in recordings and things online. I cannot stress this enough, guys. The Prophet 5 in person is like one of the most magical sounding pieces of equipment I've ever heard. It's super, super warm, super crisp. Also, it has this emotional quality to the sound. I can't even explain. The original sequential multitrack, which is obviously it's a smaller scale, and I guess you could call it a lower tier, that has the same sort of quality. Those initial sequential circuits synths all had this crazy quality, and the Prophet 5 honestly sounded like $1 million, really. Also in the room is the first synthesizer Dave ever got, which is the Moog. It's in the corner there, so you can see that as well. The T8, which I never seen in person, and also the Prophet 10, which I never seen in person, were also there. I got a cool look inside the Prophet T8. They opened it up, and it was super awesome to see inside it. The technology, they would never build something like that today. No circuit boards kind of thing. It was amazing to see that. Also in that room is the Prophet VS, the rack version. I was surprised to not see a keyboard version of the Prophet VS, but I was told that all of the instruments in that room are actually from Dave Smith's private collection. So there are some that aren't there, such as the Prophet 600 was not there, but things that I had seen never before. The Prophet has a Keytar, which was awesome to see. I never knew that there was one, but I saw that. That was awesome. In the room also is a brand new synth from Dave Smith, which I cannot show because they didn't tell me I could. And second, it hasn't been announced yet, so I can't necessarily talk about it. All the footage for that has been cut out of the video. I'm sure it'll be out soon and we can talk about it when it comes out. Also, there's tons of shelves in Dave Smith Instruments. There's shelves that have all kinds of prototype synths. So there was, I mean, it felt like there was 20, 25 shelves of just prototypes. I forgot to take a video of it, but there was prototypes of the OB6, prototypes of the Evolvers, all these prototypes pre-done what we know now as, say, the OB6 or the original Evolver. And it was so awesome to see these go from concept to what I know as the ones you can buy in the store. And that was freaking awesome. There's a whole workshop within this, and you can see that everyone there has their own little spot. And also, you know, they have sort of this communal work environment that's like very inviting. There was an awesome Prophet 12 that was whited. I guess you could call it like the ghosted version or the whiteout version. I did a video of that. It was super awesome to check that out. Also at this event, Dave Smith made a big announcement where Dave Smith Instruments is no longer Dave Smith Instruments. He stated that the company has grown to be such a collaborative effort between everyone who works there that it's now called Sequential, and sort of a full circle from the original Sequential circuits through the Dave Smith Instruments, over 40 years of ingenuity. I was really awesome to be there and be around these people. There were a ton of notable people there. I got to talk with Roger Lynn, who I talked with before, and Tom Oberheim was there. It was my first time actually meeting Tom Oberheim. That was awesome to see him. There were some guys from EMU, and it's interesting because the people who work on Dave Smith Instruments, the Sequential Instruments now, are so many of the friends that Dave has had over all these years and people that he's worked with. He paid homage to all of these people and their things that they brought to him and his company. So it was so great to see something like this in person. I felt so honored to be a part of this. While I was there, I had an awesome heart-to-heart per se with Dave, and it was super awesome to get to talk to him about how having two very successful companies being at the forefront of the changes in synth technology is just like incredibly rare, and I'm so thankful that I got to be a part of this 40th anniversary. While I was there though, I was also gifted some very cool things that I wanted to share with you guys, so this is sort of a giveaway. First off, I'm going to give away the Sequential emblazoned beer, or I guess you'd call it a beer holder, right? This is really awesome and it's padded. The 40th anniversary of the Prophet 5 coaster, so you get those two as well. I was also gifted 2 shot glasses, so you're gonna get a shot glass for my favorite polyphonic synth, the Prophet 6, and the shot glass for celebrating the 40th anniversary of Dave Smith Instruments, Sequential Circuits, Sequential, all that together. And from the Eurorack grab bag, you're gonna get a 2 HP Molt module, just thrown in because I've got an extra one and hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. Anyways, we're gonna get back to regular videos very soon. This was just something I thought I'd throw together. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. So all you have to do to win all this cool stuff is to write a comment below and tell me what your favorite Dave Smith or Sequential Circuits instrument is and why and what it means to you. I'll pick my favorite one and I'll just send this stuff to you. So the contest is gonna run from today, September 4th, when I post the video, for a week through the 10th of September. So the contest will end September 10th, 2018. Remember to like, subscribe with notifications. I'm so glad that I was able to enjoy that event and share it with you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.